Hey, what's up, everybody? RPM with you. So, in the process of doing some disaster recovery, I had a website that got hit with, it was a WordPress website, got hit with ransomware. And anyway, the WordPress, we did a restore. We also went to a newer version of PHP and it broke it and stuff. I don't have time to help the client, like specifically with WordPress. So he's completely done with the whole WordPress thing. He never updated it. It was a static website. And unfortunately, this happened before we had a chance to make a snapshot of, what the site looked like. So let me just tell you what I'm doing here. Obviously using ChatGPT. Okay. So we started out by going to webarchive.org, of course, which keeps websites of everyone, pretty much takes snapshots of everything, right? So let me bring that up for you real quick. I'm going to show you. It's webarchive.org. Wayback Machine is what they call it. Now, he had a nice looking WordPress website, from what I remember anyway. It looks nothing like, it's like all the 3/4 of the stuff is missing on the web archive. Let me show you what it looks like. The website is durrellslock.com. If you guys want to take a look at it by the time you see this video. And it looks like this on the web archive. There's no theme files. There's nothing here. I mean, it's junk. If somebody found it on here, they would say, wow, that guy had a terrible website. His website had a nice WordPress theme to it. I believe that's where the bad stuff was in. I'm not 100% sure. But Web Archive didn't index the theme and everything, okay? So the way I started with this is I copied this and pasted it into an HTML editor. Now, the problem with that is you have all these URLs and stuff are referencing all these images that got sucked off the server and put on the Web Archive. You don't want to do that. Plus, there's a iframe up here at the top. So I took that and I threw it into, I just told ChatGPT, I said, look, bitch, I need help here. WordPress is, blown up, and what I want to do is take this page. Can you rip out all the references to the web archive, and then replace it to local references? So here's what we did here. Let me see. I've been through several iterations. I posted that in there, and I said, get rid of all that shit and put the images back on the site. So what it did, it suggested. Now, here's the thing. You got to be smart enough to know what to ask ChatGPT. I told it, listen, I still have the WP uploads folder and the WP content folder. I can restore that back on the customer's site, and I did that. So I logged into SSH, and I moved the stuff back in here, okay? Here's the old one, and then what I did was I copied WP content and recursively to home Durrell's Lock public HTML. So now it's sitting in here, and we can go like this. And see, here's the stuff that we tried to make. We tried to make right here, which looked like nothing. It was just crap came off the web archive. It didn't work. I tried to use wget to get everything. So anyway, the WP content folder is in here now. So for the most part, that's images and uploads and stuff as people build their WordPress sites, right? All right, now, So anyway, I gave it to him, and it basically said, okay, move some of these things like this. And so I did. No problem. I figured that out. You got to be smart enough to know what to ask this thing, right? So what I told it was, as we were going through here, basically I need to get rid of all these, I need to get rid of all the references to Web Archive. And what I want to do is just reference the uploads folder, which didn't work because I forgot uploads was inside of WP content. So I asked it again. I said, okay, stop. I said, put it into WP contents folder. So what it did was it gave me URL directly to I don't want to call it that way because it's going to give us errors because it's calling with HTTP instead of HTTPS. So I stopped it and I said, hey, look, get rid of that shit and give it me just like this source, WP contents uploads. So it's referring the old images that it knew it should be there because Web Archive names them correctly. So we're just replacing stuff. So here we go. We're going through the process, right? And it finally gave me a site looked just like basically this, except for it's all being hosted off of, his server again, without the web archive at the top. It gave me all this. I told it to strip out all the web archive stuff. I'm a thief. I'm trying to steal the website. It tells me that this is your site to start with. So web archive stole it in the first place. You're just stealing it back. It's pretty funny. It's like it was a conversation. So then look, I told it I need the damn logo. It looks like shit. Can you move it? It says the ALOA logo at the near the top of the main logo uses CSS. So it starts using CSS to put the logo where I want it. I tried that. That's starting to look better. Okay. And then I said, now it's all botched. So the stuff was overlapping over top of each other and looked like a shit, like pretty much, can you take a nice splash page for this business, larger phone numbers and stuff, blah, 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 blah. So check this out now. I just told it to do what I needed, right? Here's the site, basically what it would have looked like, okay? It came up with this. Check that out. I just told it, look, man, can you just make me a nice splash page and quit with the shit? It did this. It's freaking awesome. And it can even figure out what the images are and stuff because of the names of the images, I suppose. Like it laid everything out, nice. I told it, I said, put it like in a little box in the middle of the screen. I'm tired of this all over on the left stuff. And then I said, look, how about a picture of the office underneath the Visa and MasterCard? It says, sure, let's add the image of the pizza. So look, here we go now, right? So here's the last version, right? So it knew what the picture of the office was. I have no idea. I didn't tell it. But there used to be a picture of the office. Check. See, this one has a picture of the office, right? I told it, can you put the picture of the office back underneath the Visa MasterCard shit? So here's where it was before I asked it, right? So now what we're going to do is I just copied the code that it just gave me recently, right? And what I'm going to do here, I'm in the public HTML. Let me make sure. All right, so index, right, is the one, right? Now, I don't want to, in case they mess it up, I don't want to mess up what we got because it looks decent. So I'm just going to make it 2.html, and then we'll test 2.html. All right, I'm going to paste my shit in there, right? Okay, so we're going to go to 2.html. Ah, shit. I don't see the image though. That's weird. There's a picture of the office. It didn't do it, did it? Huh. It's not there, Junior. But he did change. Look, he changed it 2023, right? Interesting, huh? So I don't know what happened there. Let's see what it says. It might have said, okay, I've added office.jpg below the MasterCard logo is added. Okay, so there is no, if the image is named, okay, so it thinks, I get it. So it thinks the office, all right, so what we have to do is we have to look for the original office picture. So let's see, copy image address. So, okay, so so I just tell original office was location 2.jpg. So it's going to rebuild it for me. The only thing that I wish about ChatGPT, I'm paying for the $20 a month or whatever. It's like talking to an actual developer. You know what I mean? You have to be smart enough to know what to ask it. But it's like talking to a real almost like talking to a real person. It's very smart. It'll figure stuff out. It'll say, okay, like for example, it had 2018, copyright 2018. It changed that to 2023. It knows how to do this stuff, right? It knows to do this stuff. It's a lot smarter than anyone could possibly imagine. This is changing the way we do things. Now, this guy, his WordPress updated overnight, and it blew it up, right? So I don't know if there's a theme or something in there that's incompatible with the latest version or something like that. I don't have time or expertise to even fix it, okay? So I said, listen, and he's running advertisements right now at $3,000 a week. So with that in mind, I said, listen, can I just make you a splash page for now? And all his site was basically a splash page to start with. Okay. So, and I said, listen, man, give me an hour. I'll see if I can do it. I'll charge him $50. But sure. Could I do this with HTML editor in about an hour? Sure. So let's see. And I feel like a grunt, but I'm using a tool. People tell me, ChatGPT and AI in general is ruining everything. Well, listen, if you don't learn how to use this shit, okay, somebody else will. And they'll run right over top of you and outbid you and do a better job, and they'll use ChatGPT. If you were a ditch digger, professional ditch digger, you had your special boots on and stuff, you had this badass shovels made out of titanium, you've been digging ditches and smoke a pack of cigarettes every 45 minutes, and you're just the best ditch digger ever. You're 66 years old, your bones are cracking, and your carcass is about to fall on the ground any minute, and then somebody's going to pick up your shovel, finish you off in your head, and then dump you in a hole, okay? And somebody pulls up with a backhoe and sets it beside you on a trailer and the keys are in it. And you ain't got enough damn sense when everybody else is digging with backhoes. You're out there doing, a custom job because you know how to dig with a shovel, and you ain't got enough sense to go learn how to use the backhoe, then you're going to get left behind. You're going to wind up in the concrete mix somewhere by accident. That's my thoughts. Same thing with technical stuff. If you don't learn how things are progressing, then you wind up being irrelevant. If you don't understand about cryptocurrencies, if you don't understand about digital payment systems, if you don't like the internet and you say, I don't even know how to turn a computer on, that's stupid. You need to learn how to do that. All right. It's as simple as that. I don't know what else to tell you. Well, I know a lot of stuff to tell you, but I'm just going to stick it with that. Okay. Please, embrace technology. Is it going to be the end of the world? I certainly hope so. I mean, we have to end the world somehow. Maybe we're going to Mars. I don't know. That's what they did. I don't really like it, but anyhow. But it looks better than it did. But I want to put it. Okay, so I got to tell it that it fucked up. Excuse the language. Watch, it'll apologize. Look, apologies for the oversight. Now, I could do this myself instead of sitting here waiting for ChatGPT to type it out. I could. It's not a big deal, right? I don't know how to do a whole lot of HTML stuff, but, check out how I did this, too. Doesn't this look awesome? How it's like on the left is a slight gray background, and in the middle is like this nice with a drop shadow. Holy shit. It don't look bad. It's a piece of shit, but you know what I mean? Look what it had to go with. Look, it had this to go with. Look at this thing. Yeah. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ask it to, I'm going to ask it to add this shit in there. Stop generating. All right, so it'll say, sure, certainly, here you go. Here's an updated version. It'll reformat the whole page. It's like... Now listen, I used to develop websites way back in a long time ago, right? when things were as simple, like building a website would be this simple. I went back and forth with my customers constantly, all day long. Like, just, can you do this? Can you adjust this? Can you put this? I got so tired of it. ChatGPT has no feelings. You can ask it to make changes 1,000,000 times today, and it'll do that for you. The only thing I don't like about ChatGPT, as far as using it as a tool, is the damn thing. This is as fast as I've ever seen it, and it's still slow. That thing has the capability, as far as the internet, spitting the stuff out on the screen could literally be like done. But their servers on their side have to mix all this as a thread coming to me, right? And it has to be mixed in with all the other millions of people that are using it right now. From what I understand, OpenAI is about ready to go bankrupt because they've got half the world's servers are leased to do this. It's phenomenal, how awesome it is. But personally, for me, I think $20 a month for what you get. I mean, how do you put a price on something that's this smart and could perform these tasks for you? Forget about it being smart. How about just like a tool in a toolbox, right? All right, so here we go again, one more time. All right, so now I'm gonna make it number 4. And then we'll move and we'll rename that. Once we're happy with it, we will we'll set that to index.html. So here's the 4th iteration of it. Now it looks nice, right? Look, that's cool. Look how nice it looks. And I'm just going to tell Dylan, that his website has been built from, rebuilt basically as a simple site with all the information on there. And hopefully that'll work for now. And if he needs small changes and stuff, I'll make them. So that's how you can use ChatGPT to do shit that you need done. And it just so happens Durrell was my uncle on my dad's side, and he passed away just recently. And he built this awesome locksmithing service, and you can see where they are. They're in Crestview, Florida. And anyway, I thought I'd make a video, and maybe my son Bobby can watch this video, and then he can use it to build sites and stuff or fix sites or whatever. But yeah, this is not bad, right? Should I ask ChatGPT to center this up so it's like bulleted, like in the middle, like that? Let's try that and see what it looks like. What'd I do with ChatGPT? 30-minute trash. Hope you guys are enjoying my video. This is a little off the wall kind of stuff. I'm showing you how you can make $50 real quick. And listen, that's reasonable. He's running an advertisement right now. It's huge. And spent a lot of money, and his site's been down for a couple of days. And if he had just told me, I would have worked on this right away. That's the way, that way it works. But people think that, is it going to come back? Is it going to be back? Well, why don't you ask somebody? Somebody the other day told me, I've been running a web hosting company since 1996. I'm not really a developer anymore. But anyway, yeah. So when people get in a bind, I just use the tools, that I have, hopefully, So here's something that was today. It didn't name this, which is weird. I'm like, how about I just put, all right, we'll just do that. Okay. So as people ask this thing to do stuff, like different, it'll start learning. It'll basically say, okay, other people asked for me to do it this way this time with a simple web page I built for them. Maybe it'll automatically know that of course, and it's certainly. Now, I'm not going to paste that. Hold on, stop. It'll say certainly. It'll give me the whole script. See, this is I wish it was faster. It was done. It's 100 times faster than it used to be. When this thing first came out, it didn't matter how much you paid. It didn't matter. I mean, and I haven't tried anything other than ChatGPT, to be honest with you. So, I mean, I have it. It wrote a script for me, completely provision a new ESXi VMware server, and then a script that would grab all the VMs from another server across the country, pull them in, change the IP addresses on every single one of the VMs, and launch them automatically. And there's things that are written to do this now, but it costs $10,000 for a license a year, So anyway, super powerful. It learns new stuff all the time. You got to tell it when it screws up. Oh, that didn't work. And you paste the error in there and it says, okay, try this. It learns, right? So, so should we take our chances here? And, I'm just recording with stuff I've been, that I do all day long. Let's go with number 5. All right. Let's sit here and listen to a little bit of Kill Switch Engage. Hope it's not coming over the mic. And I am recording. That's good. All right. So let's look at number 5 here. Oh no, I messed it up bad. What in the hell happened? Oh, you dipshit. That's not the logo, and this one's missing. What the hell happened? See, this is why you... what in the actual hell? Everything looks good, but half the stuff is missing. I mean, half the... Okay, let me tell it. You... They say people actually read this stuff. I mean, how in the hell did this sumbitch go from this, see what I mean, number 4, to this? See, I just mentioned how the thing could screw up, All right, we'll do the next one. I'm just going to replace number 5 because and I just suspended a whole bunch of people on one of my servers because I need money. I let the grace period kind of expire on a lot of people, and was trying to be nice and stuff, and I finally had to, put down the hammer. So I let my automation scripts automatically suspend all the people that were overdue. And this morning I wake up and 7 of the 11 sites have been paid and unsuspended. So sometimes you got to do what you got to do. All right, let's do a refresh. What in the hell is it done? It's broke it bad. The logo up here is missing now. Copy image address. It's asking for logo.jpg, and we don't have nothing called logo. Yeah, we've got something called or do we? Copy image address. Daryl's Lock logo. All right, so why don't we do this? Instead of bothering it again because the bitch is getting mad, let's just do this. Let's, I don't know who's running the damn thing today, but anyway. Let's just look for logo. But I need to... See, that's not the right one. See, the thing is, it forgets. It's been smoking pot or something. All right, so there's the original. I mean, the one we started. I mean, it feels like it's been a long time ago now, but I don't know if I like that. Do you? I mean, I like all this information. It looks good. It's just this thing needs to be smaller. Okay, so while I'm at it, I'm going to tell it. Apologies. How did he get that wrong? There's been 15 iterations and it knew what the logo was. But actually, you know what? Seriously, this don't look bad. It's just this is too big. But look how this even goes over the edge right here. It looks kind of neat, you know. And the Visa logo is gone now. See? Keyless entry, magnet locks, high security locks, restricted keys. Hope my music isn't going to mess up my YouTube video. Tell you what, I can cut it down so I only hear it in my headphones. All right, let me see what's wrong with this thing now. What did the bitch mess up? We'll make number 6. Well, we can't really make it any worse for number 5, right? So let's just redo number 5. So I delete everything out of there. I'm using Vim, by the way, or VI. A lot of you Linux guys that use command line for everything. I'm just using VI or Vim. I use the enhanced version, I think. That's better, but it's still too big. Should I ask it to mess it up again? Let's see. Let's see, the Visa MasterCard thing at the bottom is missing. It's going to get tired in a minute. It's going to say, sorry, your session is worn out. Only 50,000 requests per minute. Or something like that. Server's going to puke. From what I understand, you can pay like $1,500 a month and have a commercial license for this thing. And they basically give you a front end that you can connect directly to. And this is what just somebody, told me. I don't know if it's true or not. I didn't hear it from OpenAI. But I could see that if you had a whole office with a bunch of different web developers and programmers and stuff like that, this thing can make stuff that you would not believe. I mean, it's great for the trading groups and stuff that like to write their own scripts and stuff to run on trading applications like TradingView and NinjaTrader. You can have this thing seriously in 2 days, back and forth, get this thing to write you a trading script exactly like you want it. Ensure that your image is named. Okay, so this is where dumb thing is eat up with a classic dumbass. All right, so let's see. Sometimes it just gets tired of you. You know, it says, all right, you can do this yourself, you dumb shit. So I actually like this, you know. I kind of wish we would take this one and just add a bulleted list underneath it, you know. What do you think? So should I just tell it to start with that and then I mean, really, it looks, I like this one too, but it's, all right, let's just go with it. Here. Which I can tell it, it'll, watch, it might just say, I say, okay, understood, let's correct that. And sometimes it'll just say, good, just change it. You know? But I'm lazy. I want to see exactly what it does. Well, you know what I mean. I'm not being lazy. I'm putting it to work. I'm using the tool that's granted to me. I love using this thing because it helps me out so much. But this is an exact example of how you as you know, I'm more of a application engineer, software engineer, designer. I'm really not a very good programmer. I know how things are built. I'm terrible at troubleshooting and stuff like that, but I have this tool now. I can take it and I can say, okay, there's an error between this part of an application and another server somewhere that does another part. And I can ask this thing, what could be wrong? Here's the error log. It'll tell me adjust this, and whatever. So this thing is a powerful tool for me to build things. And I'm pretty good at being an architect and how things would be structured, but actually getting the code written and everything. And this is just straight HTML. It's just time consuming is the only reason. I could do this myself, but it's time consuming. So I want to I want to employ ChatGPT to do it for me. And it's quite creative. So anyway, but I mean, I have probably spent, 45 minutes to an hour. So I'm not saying that this completely will do it for you, and it does simple basic stuff. So, all right, so that's the one. And I just replaced 5. All right, here we go. Nice. We're going to lock that bitch in. All right, so I'm going to move index to because I like the first one too, right? And then I'm going to move 5 to index. Okay. I guess that looks okay. So now if I get rid of that, it should look exactly the same. Okay. What in the hell happened to the phone number? What the You said, look. You got to be careful. This son of a bitch will mess you up, man. She will screw you, man. She's probably registered that phone number, so. I'm going to yell at it again. Oh my God. So what happens with this thing is it'll get mad, and it just like a real developer would, because I've done this to developers before. It will get pissed off, and it'll basically just say, "Here, you do it yourself, you dumbass." Right? Just like it behaves very much like a human. It gets tired. It's like, look, I got other shit to do. I got other people to handle. Well, so do I. You know, and you can look at it like, hey, look, I'm paying you to do this. So yeah, their WordPress site wasn't really all that much more complicated than what we've got here. It was a little fancier, but it was just a static website. There's no need for a WordPress site to be sitting there on a server if it's just doing static content. I've always been a firm believer in that. It's let's see. Let's do number 5 again. Nothing there because I moved the file name. All right. I don't know. That looks like a pretty good chunk there. Let's see. We're going to watch 5 again. I got to make sure that. That looks all right. It's just a locksmithing thing. This thing underneath needs to be a lot. I don't know. Let's see what spacing I've got here. All right, so what I'm going to tell it, which, at least we're getting a little better, right? Where you at, Teensy? We got to look for my dog. Got to find her in a minute. Teens. Oh, she's back there by the drums. Anyway, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me on this video. I know it's long, kind of drawn out, but I think a lot of people can get a lot out of this tool. I do think, though, eventually people will start realizing this is probably AI, or that, because you start seeing similarities. My son Bobby has got a podcast that he does on scary stories and Reddit stories and stuff. He just reads them on YouTube, and it's Toxic Skull X. He just recently started to use AI to generate his voice. It's unbelievable. Here, I'm going to filter in some right now. You can hear it. I don't want to get blacklisted for playing his stuff on YouTube. If I ever put this on YouTube, I'm just recording it so people know what I'm up to. But let's see. It's Toxic Skull X. Here's what his thing looks like. So here's one right here. This is his
man with a scruffy beard and intense.
That's his voice, but AI does it for him.
Which didn't quite reach those eyes. I'm right below you, he said, pointing towards his door. If you ever need anything or if I'm too loud, just let me know. I smile.
So anyway, I hope his content doesn't get my channel banned. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. He feeds 10,000 hours of his own voice, into you know what I mean? And into this, I forget what it is. It's called DexScript or something like that. And they sell you the software. It's like $100 a year. And then after that, you feed your audio into it, and they send it back to you like 4 hours later or 4 days later or something crazy, right? All right, so what do you think? We're going to get a refresh here on the old Durrell's Lock page. That looks better, doesn't it? All right, so I'm going to give him that choice there. All right, so I'm going to copy 5 to 2.html. And yes, and I'm going to copy 5. I'm going to copy index. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Let's see. Copy index. I don't know why it's not automatically picking up the file names. I'm going to copy that to number 3. Yes. And I'm going to copy 2 to index. Yes. Let's see what we got in here. Look at all that stuff. All right, so this is 5. So now this will become the main page index. No change, right? There it is. I don't know what happened to the one that I liked. There it is. All right, so index 2. Let's make sure the phone number is right. Hit kill me. All right. All right, there you go. That's how you use a ChatGPT, just one way. I mean, here we go. When are you planning to take over the Earth? I'm just a computer programmer. It's like, let me know. All right, I'm going to tell it it did good. Oh my God. All right, it hung up on me. All right. Anyway, so there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks. Check out my backup recovering disaster thermonuclear war site. It's a new backup service that's decentralized. It's going to be at, well, if you need more information, just go to rpmws.com and send me an email or contact